What's up, everybody? Welcome to another live stream where we're going to be diving deep into some concepts. Today, we're going to be talking about Facebook. Now, if you have been on the channel for a minute, you know I had a whole video recently that was like how to market your business without Facebook. And we're going to kind of debunk this a bit. I've been doing a lot of research, trying to really help and understand like what it is that we can be doing as creators, as business owners, so that we're able to use Facebook. Facebook is a big deal. It's one of the founding social networks that we use all of the time. And so I have a lot of great information that we're going to dive into today to really help us get on track for that. So I'm going to be removing a lot of this after this airs because I always like to kind of record for the replay, and then I remove like my beginning and my end, and then it's a whole thing we can reshare and repurpose later. So if you are wherever you're watching this, I'd love if you just commented what is it that you're struggling with the most when it comes to Facebook. So because I really think that it's just one of those things that's really frustrating. Like Facebook just is not working as well as we would like it to, and we have to figure out how we can do that. Oh. Okay. We're going to add the banner here. Boom. Add it in the bottom as a question here. So we want lots of people kind of join us a little bit while we wait. If you have any questions, let me know where you are, what you're doing, how the things are, all of that jazz, because I promise you, this is going to be a good one today. We're going to deep dive some serious concepts here. Okay, so I'm going to do a 3, 2, 1 countdown, and then I'm going to be going into the intro for those who are watching this on the replay, and then we'll dive into some other stuff, okay? All right, and 3, 2, 1. Facebook is a mess, but it's also a necessity for all of us business owners out there. So how can you be using your page and your brand effectively on Facebook so that you can have success, you can have growth, and you can have leads? Well, in this presentation, I'm going to break down for you the 4 things that you need to focus on so that you can have growth, so that you can have success, and of course, you can make money. Take action now. Hi, my name is Desiree. I'm looking to grow your business with better social media and content marketing. Take action now. Hit that subscribe button and the bell below. Now, I am recording this as a live stream, so if you're watching on the replay, feel free to comment down below. But the question that I have on deck for the audience is, what are you not loving about Facebook these days? We've got a lot going on in this world, and it's all crazy and jumbly, and it's hard to know what we should and should not be doing this. So we're going to ask people who are watching this tell us what is it. If you're watching the replay, please tell me down in the comments below. All right, I'm going to add the presentation up onto the screen here, and we are going to dive into this. Okay. Now, for those of you that don't know, that are new here, this is a little bit about me and who I am. I am Desiree Martinez. I am a YouTuber with almost 3,000 subscribers, over 2.5 million views, focused on helping you grow your business with better social media and content marketing. I'm an author. I'm a podcaster. I also have 2 kids, 2 bunnies, 3 dogs, and 1 husband up here in the icy cold tundras of Brighton, Michigan. It's not really that bad, but it is snowy, and it's a nice change of pace for my life in Phoenix. And I am obsessed with Harry Potter, and I love getting pedicures. It's my one indulgence I'm always taking care of for myself. Okay. So how did I get here? How do I know what I'm talking about? What qualifies me to be here? Well, a little bit about me is I'm actually a military spouse. And one of the things that happened along our journey as when we were an active duty family is that the town that we got stationed in, our first base, did not like to hire military spouses. One of the things about military life is it's very crazy. It's got a lot going on. We're always changing where we live, what we're doing. When the mission calls, we all have to answer. And so this puts us in a position of being hard to employ. And so I thought, you know what, this has been an issue for a very long time. In fact, I grew up with the military family. And one of the things that my mom faced was this exact issue. So I created all-in-one social media, which focuses on putting military spouses to work as social media managers so they can work anywhere they're stationed around the world while supplementing their family's income. We offer package-based social media services to small businesses like yours so that you can focus on doing your job while we handle your social media. And since then, we have put dozens of military spouses to work and worked with hundreds of small businesses along the way. And if you have any questions about that, please let me know. Again, the question on deck is, what is it that you are not loving about Facebook these days? Because it's just a mess. There's a lot going on, and we are here to hopefully help correct that for you. So what can you expect in today's presentation? Well, first things first, we're going to talk about like what is going on with social media and Facebook these days. What are the tactics and trends that you can implement to see conversions and get the results you want to? And of course, how can you measure success? So this is what's happening with Facebook these days. There's over 2 billion Facebook users, and 83% of Facebook users are between 45 and under. 81% of businesses share video on Facebook. All these other great stats that are operating on here. And so we know how people are using Facebook, but then why is it continuing to be a problem? People like to say, Facebook is for old people. There's a lot of people who are just like jumping ship and going and spending their time in other places. And that's not good for a brand. It's also not good for a brand like yours, not just for Facebook. So what is it that you are going to need to do to step in and show what's going on? Right? You should really be paying attention to Facebook still because it has a lot that's doing, with Meta and virtual reality really taking center stage as part of Facebook and Meta's priority. It's going to be a thing you want to pay attention to and keep an eye on because you don't want to fall behind in technology. It is still an incredible advertising opportunity, even with the problems that Facebook is having with Apple. And of course, Facebook Live is an awesome way for you to build a community and interact together. That's why, you guys are here watching this video on the live stream and on the replay. This is a great place to hang out and do stuff together. They have invested a ton of money into their creators, and they're trying to give money back through the Reels program in 2022 by giving over $1 million to those creators. They're prioritizing short form videos, and Facebook groups is still one of the best ways I can think of for brands to interact. So it's just one of those really cool things. So what is it that you need to do? Well, let's break this down. So when it comes to Facebook, what you can focus on is getting personal and being vulnerable, building out a community, investing your time into creating Reels, and of course, doing live streams. So let's break these down one by one. Okay. So what exactly are Reels? Reels were created as a direct response to TikTok, and Reels are just short form vertical videos that consist of music, audio, text overlays, and more that users can create on the Facebook app via their mobile device. So Reels in details that you can create Reels for Facebook profile and also for your business page. At this time, they're not available for groups, but they will be at some point in 2022. And users can view, like, comment, and share just like any other Facebook post, which I think is such a unique thing that you can't do on other places. Like when I'm on TikTok or I'm on Instagram, it's very difficult for me to share a piece of content and then it shows what's in its newsfeed. When you like or comment or share a Facebook reel, it shows up in that newsfeed for other people to watch. And I think that's hugely powerful. You can find this in the reel section at the top of the app on your phone, and it's going to post to newsfeed by friends and pages that you follow. Okay, so why do you need to be using Reels? Well, both Facebook and Instagram have said that they're going to prioritize this in 2022. They've seen the massive success of vertical video with TikTok and YouTube Shorts, and they're like, we do not want to be left behind in this, so we're going to invest in this. That's why they have the Reels play bonuses where you can get paid up to $35,000 a month from Facebook for successful Reels. And of course, we'll give you a simple, informative connection to your audience in micro doses. So you're able to really grow organically in a great way that you never thought possible before. So what do you need to do to have success with Reels? Well, first things first, you need to start creating and add Reels into your social strategy. We are now implementing this at the agency where we're like, look, if you want to have success, we need to work together, create some Reels, and make this a part of your strategy in order to get found, because everything else is just not working the same way and the same level. So how do you create? So I have a little formula for you that you can use to figure this out. So first things first, we have our hook. The first 3 seconds are vital, and considering that the most important part of your videos. Tell your audience, the viewer, the person watching, really fast and catchy in a bold way as best as you can what they're going to get from this video. So you can shock them with like, you're never going to believe how you can, cook dinner in 3 minutes or less, or, something like that. Kind of tease them, taunt them, power them. Remember, you got to hold their attention as quick as possible. Never introduce yourself or do things that are kind of slow. Remember, quick and fast is the key to the game here when we're talking about our hook. Because again, those 3 seconds are the most important part. All right, so some examples are going to be three changes for homeowner insurance in 2022. Texas will get snow. Here's the one thing that you need to do to prepare. If you live in Dallas, you need to know this. So like if you're an insurance agent or a company in Texas, like these are the kinds of headlines and statements that you would make at the beginning of a reel. So once we have our hook, we're going to dive into our meat. And our meat, I have the meat with some sauce. So you're going to give information, but you need to make them in short, quick cuts for each point or sentence. So you want to be able to not drag this out, but you also want to make sure that you're holding someone's attention. My best tip for you, I'm going to put myself on screen for this. My best tip for you is to hold your phone like this. Say a sentence. So, hey, here's how you can grow your business with better social media and content marketing. And then just going to rotate. And you're going to do these little sentences by rotating around in a circle so that you can hold attention, because it acts as almost like an editing tip, a way to edit the videos one clip at a time to hold attention. Because the more you're still, the faster you will lose your audience. And make sure that when you're creating these, you're not dragging it out. The shorter, the better. Just because you have 15, 60, 33 minutes, 3 minutes, doesn't mean it needs to be that long. Keep it short and sweet and get to the point. Okay. You also want to make sure that you add a call to action to your video. You want them to do something at the end of this reel. So you want them to like, comment, share, or save. And you can say that specifically, like, you can say something like, make sure you save this video so that you can reference it back later, or make sure to like this video if you want to see more of it in your feed. Like, you can really have those very specific call to actions on your videos, which holds retention and viewership. And as a bonus tip for this, because your girl is about working smart, not hard, repurpose these videos. Like, if you've taken the time to create a vertical video, download it and put it everywhere. Put it on Instagram, put it on Pinterest, put it on LinkedIn, put it on TikTok, put it on YouTube Shorts. Put it everywhere that you can so that you can get more mileage out of it. With all of the platforms favoring this kind of content, you're going to have a lot of success. Okay. So now we're going to dive into Facebook Live. Okay. So how can you be using Facebook Live for success on Facebook? Okay. So the first thing you need to know is, what does this Facebook look like circa 2022? It's already an established feature, and Facebook is one of the leading video platforms being used by marketers to build engagement and grow their audience. People go live on Facebook a lot. And so Facebook is continuing to invest in it because they see the power and potential in it, especially around live shopping. So imagine being able to have a product or a service that you're talking about, and you'll be able to click on the screen and just buy it right then and there. What's also nice is you can access it and everywhere on Facebook. Profiles, pages, communities, you can even access it on your phone, or you can use it through a third-party app, like I'm doing this presentation live on to Facebook with YouTube and to LinkedIn, and I am doing that using StreamYard. So it's a very great way to diversify where you're putting things. You can also establish yourself as your audience, and so they understand what to expect. You guys know what to expect from me when we come onto these live streams. I'm going to educate you. I'm going to help you with this long form content so that you can really deep dive into these concepts, so you can get a lot of value, so that you can, grow your business with better content marketing. You know what to expect. And what's super cool about Facebook Live is you can do it both vertically and horizontally. So why do you need to go live? Like, why does going live matter in a world of short form vertical videos? Well, Facebook loves video, especially when you're creating it specifically for the platform. So if you're able to produce these nice long form videos, it's going to really cater to what's working with them. The algorithm's going to like it, and they're going to give you that little bit of extra attention. It's going to allow for you to build an audience and community in a unique and personal way. So anyone that's watching right now, just leave a comment below. Say, hey, I'm excited to be here, and I will make sure to give you that shout out, and we can talk about more any questions that you might have. Okay, that's how I'm building my relationship with you, so that you know what's going on, and I can help you with your problems. And then you also can use it as the pillar of your social strategy for a long form search-based video content. I'm a big advocate of using search-based strategy to grow your business. I know that I'm on Facebook and LinkedIn, but YouTube is my baby. I have had fantastic success as a lead source with YouTube because I create search-based content that solves people's problems. And so you can do that as well. And then I can take like these long form video content and turn them into short form pieces that can be reused for search content, or turn them into something else for another social network. So you can really do a lot with these live videos. So what is this going to look like for you? Well, you can do interviews, product walkthroughs, product launches, Q&As, and news and announcements. I think that these are the 5 core that the majority of business owners can utilize to have success on Instagram. So how can you do this? Well, first you need to have a plan. You need to go live, and then you need to repurpose it. So what does this look like? So first with our plan is on our planning. Okay. We're going to establish what you're going to talk about. You need to be industry informational. I'm very community driven. You can have you need to pick your format. Is it going to be you, or are you going to be doing this as an interview? Like the format for this one is just me talking to you, educating you. You're going to have a run of show. This is going to be a script for your live stream. It's going to have notes and structure for your stream. In my case, my presentation that I'm doing through with the slides is my version of a run of show. But a run of show can be a scripted thing that allows you to have beats and identify what's going on. And it's a very common thing in the industry, especially like in TV and news, because that's what they use to make the news. So just what is in the run of show is what you see on the screen. And of course, once you know what you're going to say, you have a plan, you have your notes, your structure, your call to actions, all within your run of show. You know how you're doing it, what information you're giving. You're going to want to schedule it, and you want to promote the crap out of it. Okay? So when you're actually producing this content, when you're actually going live, make sure you have a set of some kind. I have a set that I'm working with right now. I have my lights set up. I have a background, and I'm always changing it, evolving it to make it better and better so that I'm giving value to you visually and also, auditorily and all this kind of stuff. So have a set. The 3 things that you need for a success on a live stream is you have to have really good internet. I'm talking hardwired, Ethernet cabled in so that you don't have to worry about live stream, Wi-Fi interference and things like that. You want to have a camera, and you want to have like a way to capture sound, like a mic or a quiet room with a good mic. When I got started with doing this, I just used my HD 1080p Logitech camera that I use on most of my live streams and my Zoom calls now. So it does not have to be complicated. And of course, lighting. It's important for people to see you. I am a big no-no for me is like top-down lighting, where it's like the light that's in your ceiling. And I feel like when you go live, it makes you like a Disney villain. Like, don't do that. Just get some nice lighting that's a little bit lower. I like 2-point lighting because it kind of fills you in nicely, makes you look good. Again, reference your run of show. So you're going to stay on track and record for the replay. I'm doing that today. I mentioned at the beginning of the call or at the beginning of the video, like, hey, I'm going to have an introduction in this way. I'm going to be editing this for later so that the people that are there don't even see it. It's a whole thing. So stay on track and make sure you're recording your videos, not just for the people that are live, but for the people that are going to watch this later. And then interact and engage with your audience. Connect with the people that are talking with you. So again, ask questions. Like, for example, my question for everybody here today is, what are you not liking about Facebook these days? And so let me know in the comments so that we can have a discussion about it. Okay, so that's how we're going to effectively have a live. And then once we're live, once it's done, we're going to repurpose it. We're going to remove the not for the replay. So like the beginning and end in my case, we're going to download it and repurpose it for different places. We can repurpose on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Pinterest, all those places. And then you can do short clips or quotes and images from the stream. So I can maybe take out just this live section and turn it into a video for somewhere else. And I can repurpose it anywhere, like a blog, an email, and other social networks. Okay. So to our third point, we really need to talk about getting personal, because the best way to connect with your audience nowadays is by being personal, being vulnerable, being who you are. And this matters because this is social media. We're no longer having these barriers where you're the brand and I'm the individual, and we don't talk in a personal, connective kind of a way. We're not doing that anymore. Okay. Connection, right? Allows us to build personal connections with people so that we can stay connected. It allows us to stay relatable, and it keeps us real. Like, these are the things that people do. My most successful social media posts have nothing to do with my business. And in fact, this live stream might even be one of my most successful pieces. But when I talk about my life, the hardships, the struggles, the victories, all the good stuff, the kids, the husband, all that kind of stuff, it allows for better success on the social media stuff, and people connect with it more and like it more. So why do you think you have to do this? Well, think about your best clients. What is your relationship like with them? My best clients, I have a personal relationship with in some way because we've gotten to know each other more and do things together. And we have conversations and we relate in that way. Personal can still be professional. It just looks a little bit different. My audience and my people that I do business with, like, they know things about me. I might not be telling them my deepest, darkest secrets and stuff like that, but it's still professional because we're bonding and having that commonality together. And when people like you and know you and trust you, they're less likely to leave you, and you're less likely to do a bad job for them. Another thing about being personal is also being vulnerable. And it's a way that social media works right now, but you have to make sure you're not being fake. I can't just be like, you know what, I haven't had some engagement in a while. Let me go have some faux sob story that's going to result in engagement. You have to stay real with who you are and how you're going to do things. So here are some examples of being personal but still professional on social. So this is one of my my friends on Facebook. All of these people are my friends on Facebook, and this is what they've been posting about. So we've all been there. We've all had kids that like, it's always their shoes. Like, why are they always licking stuff? And then of course, if on this slide right here, that's when she was sick versus don't lick your shoes, right? Just one of those kind of like gross, relatable things that people just really understand. This is Sasha. She's a coach for coaches, and she talks a lot about like how she's making money, how crazy and chaotic it is to be a mom of 4 under 5, and all that kind of stuff. So by sharing her challenges and struggles and her victories, people are able to go with her and enjoy the journey. I made this post in December where I was talking about like how I'm making my money, what I'm doing, and what my journey has been like, because I want to help other people get there too. So think about like, what can you do? What journey can you share with your audience to get them interested in staying engaged with you? Sometimes being relatable is about being inspirational at the same time. Like this is my friend Molly, and she's talking about like how Sundays can be great and what you can do and how you can have fun and be relatable. And like I said, being grateful, sing a song, have trust. It's all of the simple things that allow you to connect with people. And then this is my realtor, helped me find my house when we moved to Michigan. She's awesome. And she was just sharing like, I went to a party and I unexpectedly won all these awards. Like, how cool is that? Like, she got so much support from her audience and her clients, and just sharing the victories that she has, bringing people along her journey. Being vulnerable and real builds connection, which is what people want more than anything right now. We live in a world where we don't know when we're going to see people again, and COVID stops us from things. And I feel like we are just fundamentally shift how we socialize and interact. And people want to integrate and to interact with people more than ever. So how can you do this? Well, there are some easy ways that you can kind of do this for yourself too. Identify themes and interests of your brand. And this includes you as a person. Like, so for me, it's, being a YouTube and a business owner and entrepreneur, being a mom and a military spouse and all this stuff. And then also this third piece, like, are my interests about Harry Potter and Michigan football, all this kind of stuff, like things I'm interested in. I can put those things into buckets. And then, like I said, next one, you put those interests into buckets of like, what is it that are these commonalities? Just kind of keep it to 3 or 4. You don't need a lot, but you can put a lot of things in there to pull from. Establish stories around these interests. Like, what are the stories that you can tell that are going to be related to these things to make you interesting and kind of go into these themes in your buckets? Create supporting media. So like, is there a photo? Is there a graphic? Is there a video? Is there a GIF? And then of course, give a call to action. So for example, like, how do you do this? So identify the themes and interests of the brand. Are you in a small town? Do you have a multi-product insurance? You're an agency and a family owned and operated. Your family loves cooking and sports, and you are on a whole bunch of local committees. You put these into buckets. So town, insurance, and family. These are the buckets that we're drawing from. And then we said how to do this. So we're establishing stories, like just bullet pointing out things that have happened. So from my family bucket, the stories include being an agency owner, and I met in college, and why they started the agency. And personal example related to the insurance, like a car accident or snow damage, the stress and worrying about having kids, goal setting and succeeding, why you love and hate insurance, and with a personal example, and that you enjoy your backyard. Okay, so this is all different stories that you can tell related to your family. And then what you're going to do is add a call to action. Show gratitude for the following. Ask a question to your audience. Send them to get something from you and just share. Remember, call to actions do not just have to be about sales. Calls to actions can be about engagement, growth, and connecting with your audience. So the main call to action is for you to stay present with your following in a real and personable way. So let's talk about Facebook groups. While we keep pivoting into this is our final like little section of what you can do to have success on Facebook. So Facebook has over 1.8 billion users who use Facebook groups. So there's I think there's somewhere like 2.5 billion people on Facebook. So of those, a large percentage of them are in groups. The larger the Facebook group is, the more videos that are published. And there are over 10 million groups on Facebook. Niche-specific private Facebook groups are becoming increasingly more useful for a demand generation. We demand connectivity and wanting things kind of right now, and we want to kind of stay really niche-specific. So how do you do this? What do we do with the Facebook community? Well, first it is, but what do we do? Like, how does this work? We're going to create a Facebook group focus on something specific. It cannot just be a dumping ground for sales and spam. Like, you cannot do that. So let's say you're a plumber in a specific town. Maybe you make a Facebook group about the town or home repairs related to in the town that you live in. And then not just talking about plumbing, but you could talk about painting and home repairs and upgrades and lawns and reminders about things. So you can make them very related in that kind of way. Allows you to focus on what value you give as an agency or individual and build it from there. So keep giving value to your community around this specific niche. Be present and create posting schedule. You can't just post it and expect it to work. You have to keep showing up. You have to build a presence. You have to stay active. And then remember, the objective is community, not sales. Sales will happen through association. Okay. So how does community convert into sales? Well, you're creating a hub of like-minded people who are positioning yourself as the go-to resource. So you can always be available to answer people's questions about plumbing or housing or whatever it is that you're doing. And you're also pairing it with relatability so that you can push an objective. All right. So people relating to you, and then you can kind of associate your objective into it. It's also a place for you to network. So if you're not sure what you should do, here's what you should not be doing, okay? Posting just to post on a Facebook page is a terrible idea. Every post that you make should be strategic. It should be purpose-driven and mission-driven. You should be setting your analytics about what is and isn't working, what times are best, and all of that kind of stuff, okay? So don't just post for the sake of posting. And it would be against your best interest to not be doing, like, it would hurt you if you did not do video. You really need to be doing video, especially if Reels. Reels is where you're going to have real success right now because it's the best way to get organic reach. You need to be consistent. You need to make sure you have a plan. If you don't have a plan, you're going to struggle desperately. You definitely, right now, I would discourage you from spending a lot of money on ads unless you have, like, you're in like phase 3 or 4 of your marketing plan, and it's just like you have a very clear plan and you're ready to build it out. Like, you have an existing email list, you know exactly who you're targeting, and you're working with a company that can monitor it for you very specifically. Okay. So how do you know though if Facebook is actually working for you? Okay. How you're going to know is you're going to ask yourself, does this align with your goals and objectives? You need to track the numbers on a weekly basis, and you need to test new things and trends to see if things are or are not working. Okay, so what goals are you going to set? So these are going to be like sales goals, leads goals, follower counts, and other metrics, and also positioning yourself as an industry expert. What does that look like? And then what numbers are you supposed to be tracking? Followers, reach, engagement, views, website visits, email subscribers. These are all different numbers that are going to show you that things are growing or not growing. So how do you do this all yourself? So you want to really focus on time management. You can schedule on your calendar and treat yourself like a client. Like, the best thing I've ever done for myself as a business owner is treat myself like my most important client. Because if I'm not taking care of me and my business, no one else is going to. And that's when things suffer. And if I lose a client or their contract ends or whatever it may be, I don't want to struggle. You can also outsource this to a team member. Is there a team member that you have that like is really good at social media and wants to kind of take this on or would have fun doing it? Or you can do something like hire an agency like mine and we can manage it for you, and we would work together to figure out like what is your messaging and how it all work together. Okay. If you'd like to connect with me about anything that you have questions about, if you want to know more about like what you can do to grow on Facebook and other places as your marketing, please reach out to me here. And remember, if you are wanting to get more, check out my Get Leads with YouTube Mastermind. This is where we're going to connect, where we're going to talk about how to use YouTube as the foundation of your marketing, and then how you can use other places, including Facebook, for massive amounts of success. That is getleadswithyoutube.com. And at this point, I'm going to ask if anybody has any questions. If you are on the replay, please feel free to comment down below. Until next time, I will see you soon. All right, friends who are on the live stream, how can I help you today? Do you have any questions about Facebook or social media things in general that I can answer for you today? I know that Ministero was asking about, like, can I stream Facebook using YouTube as first sources? What you can do if you want to stream to Facebook and YouTube is you can use a tool like StreamYard to live stream to different places at the same time. So you can, like what I did today, I went live on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube all at once. So that could be an option for you if that's what you're looking forward to. And then how do I stream in 1080 on Facebook? Well, that's going to be based on StreamYard. StreamYard lets you live stream in high def at 1080. So it works really well, but it kind of compressed down. And if you want to look really good for your live stream, I would suggest like a really good camera upgrade. Like that's a really good way to do it. And make sure your internet is connected via Ethernet as well. Any other questions that anybody has we can talk about related to social, related to Facebook? Anybody? Sherry said I don't see much views on my Facebook like I used to. Sherry, I really encourage you, like really, and this is what I'm digging into with all of my clients. Do reels. Like reels is where it's going to be at. Set a consistent schedule to do 3 reels every single week. And then on the other days, find ways to create engaging content. Don't just be posting links, post photos, statements, polls, carousels, relatable photos, not like perfect stock photos of you. Like really dig into the you of this and let reels bring you those leads and those new people into your page. I promise it will work really well for you. It might be slow at the gate, but once you get it going, it'll work really well for you. I promise. But yeah, views on Facebook. Like I said, that's why this needed to happen. That's why this presentation was here. So many people are struggling with Facebook, getting views, getting attention, and doing what it takes. So Sherry was asking, how do I get more engagement? You have to play the game. Again, like I said, use reels as a way to get new leads in, ask questions, use polls, do all these very specific things to get people to engage with you. And make sure that your content is giving value and causing a need to engage with you. So asking questions is a really big way to do that. Polls are easy. This or that post make it easy. Lots of good stuff. How do you do 3 lives at once? I use StreamYard. Sorry, I'm stuffy. I use StreamYard, which is a live streaming tool that lets me, be able to do more on the screen. I can add in like my presentations. I can do screen shares. I can invite up to 12 people onto my feed, and I can multicast to different locations. So I'm able to go live right now on LinkedIn, on my YouTube channel, and also to my Facebook page. You can do it for your profile. You can do it to your group. You can do it to Twitch, all that kind of stuff. It's a really great tool and way to connect with your audience and in a multi-purpose kind of a way. And I can download this and turn it into micro content if I want to. So any other questions from the audience today? I am so excited that you guys are here. Thank you for spending this time with me on your Friday. It's very, very cloudy and gloomy where I'm at. I think I need to invest in like a vitamin D light to give me the pep. I mean, that sad thing, the seasonal something depression is happening up in these times and just little things. So StreamYard, even LinkedIn. So StreamYard, yeah, it's one word. And if you qualify for LinkedIn Live, like you have to have applied, it's not available to everybody. You have to apply for it and be approved, and then you can add it in. You cannot go live though to LinkedIn natively. You have to use a third-party tool like LinkedIn, like StreamYard in order for it to work. They must have, the LinkedIn upgrade happened. I think like a year or 2 ago. Like it's been around for a little while. It's just live streaming to LinkedIn has not been very popular for some, so it's not as widely known that you can just do it because you can't do it natively, right? You have to have a third-party app in order for it to work. So it's kind of one of those things. All right, sorry. Anybody else have any questions? Are you ready to go off and test out your Facebook tips that we went over today? If you missed anything, please go back and watch the replay once it posts up again on YouTube or Facebook or wherever you're watching this from, because it always has this processing once the live stream is done. And we can go from there. I am so grateful for your time and attention today. You guys are all impossibly amazing. Thank you so much. Until the next video or live stream. I haven't followed up with it. I don't know. I haven't. You haven't. Yeah, check it out. Sorry, I promise you're not gonna regret it. Go to the chat. If you go to my YouTube channel too, I have a ton of videos about live streaming and StreamYard and LinkedIn and stuff. So you can do it. So what other medium? I don't know. What do you mean? What other medium? I'm gonna blow my nose. Hold on. What other medium are you talking about? Sorry. I have not heard from you. So just shoot me a DM, and I am happy to answer any questions that you might have. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm so grateful for you. Peace.